So, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to make a video directly for Star Wars Theory. Because the truth is that he is the king of the Star Wars YouTube space. He's the biggest channel, he gets to set the rules. And understand this, no one is owed anything. I'm not owed a conversation with this guy. I may shoot my shot. I may say, hey, I'd love a conversation. I may invite him, and I will. I'll continue to invite him. But he doesn't owe me anything. He doesn't owe me a response. He doesn't owe me a goddamn thing. I don't know this guy. I didn't help him build his channel. He's a stranger to me who happens to like something that I like, and we're both on the internet. That's the start and end of it. I see so many people going after this guy, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is what happens when you're the king. When you are the biggest channel, everyone's going to come and try to take a bite out of you. And the whole thing is that he has, I think, a pretty solid fan base around him, and he has put things in place to insulate himself. But the reality is that they will always come because people think that they can do what you do better than you can. That will always be a thing. No matter who you are, no matter what genre, what fandom you're a part of, if you create a YouTube channel, there are always people that think that they can do it better. Do you know how many times I, with my tiny channel, have been inundated with people when they've seen something that I've said, a title, a thumbnail that they don't like? My channel, which is 10,000 subscribers, infinitesimally small in the YouTube space. It is not even a blip. I have had videos that do really, really well. But they're about a content creator where the people that are part of that fan base have never seen a video from me. So they come over here, they see a title, they see a thumbnail, they see me being critical of somebody, and they come and they just absolutely melt down in my comment section. In fact, it's some of the most entertaining things that I've ever seen. But the point is, no matter what you do, there will always be people that come after you because they don't like you, they're jealous of you, they think they can do it better. Now, there is that very interesting wiggle room where you've genuinely said something stupid and ridiculous that's damaged your reputation and people are coming there to lecture you for that reason. But I think a lot of the times when it's something that you've done that's more innocuous, people are coming after you because they want your spot. They want to knock you off of the hill. And this is true of humanity. People, especially men, are competitive. Now, the internet has allowed people that are not very articulate, not very, physically pleasing, who don't smell good, who are just genuinely gross, to be able to sit behind a computer screen and anonymously attack people and try to tear them down. Now, I don't believe that they believe that they're going to get to that place where the content creator is. But they dream of it, but I think they are content with just tearing that person down a little bit. And unfortunately, that is far too common. So my message on this is very, very clear. Star Wars Theory doesn't owe anyone anything. He has made great content over the years. And by the way, I want people to understand this because they get very confused. They're like, on one hand, you say things that are critical of Star Wars Theory's opinions and his points of view, and on the other hand, you praise him. Are you just kissing his ass? No, I don't know the guy. I am specifically talking about his dog shit opinions about different things. That is completely different from his body of work that he did with the comics. I tell you what, Star Wars Theory deserves to have his channel. He earned it. Do you know how he earned it? Those videos he would do, not the theory videos, the videos where he would take the comics and he'd do the voice acting, the sound effects, the motions, the blaster fire, the noises to bring the comic books to life. That was some of the best content that I've ever seen. I got sucked down rabbit hole after rabbit hole after rabbit hole. So you have to give respect. I don't criticize Star Wars Theory because I hate him or I want to see him fail or I am envious of his position. No. I have substantive, legitimate disagreements with things that he says, and I will never, ever be that guy that just simply says, yes, sir, you're so great. Is there anything else I can do? No, I call it like I see it. Even when it's to my own detriment. Even when it's to my channel's detriment. I could absolutely have made my channel blow up bigger a couple years ago, ingratiate myself to everyone, kiss everyone's ass, but that's not me. I will be honest about the things that I think are good, and I will be honest about the things that I think are bad. Some people don't like that. Some people prefer to have their ass kissed. But that's not me. I will happily make an enemy and somebody who doesn't like me if I feel that I'm doing so in the interest of speaking the truth. It's as simple as that. You don't have to like me, but you know that when I give my opinion, it's goddamn going to be genuine. It's going to be how I really feel. I don't pull punches. And I think that is absolutely important to understand. That in this era of shifting allegiances and people waffling and envious little losers behind a computer screen going, oh, Star Wars Theory, I hate you because you bought this thing for like $2,000. You bought this car, and don't you know you should be buying models of Star Wars like I am? I mean, it's so ridiculous how people get angry over the most minute and irrelevant things. As far as I'm concerned, no YouTuber, no content creator, no other person owes me anything. I will shoot my shot. I don't care how it makes me look. Some people have said, oh, you're just trying to tag Star Wars Theory for clout. I don't give a shit if that's what you think. Genuinely, I don't care. I'll post to Star Wars Theory 1,000 times. He'll never see any of them. Don't care. Because I'm true to myself. I set my own rules. And when you're the biggest channel and you get to make those decisions about who you associate with, that's your prerogative. That's your privilege. That's what you earn from being the king. When you're the biggest, you get to choose. I am the little humble lobster. I'm down here, poking at people, being ornery. But I think that in my own way, I would much prefer this. Because Star Wars Theory, he has an unenviable position. He is the de facto face of the Star Wars community, or what's left of it after Disney has decimated it. I don't envy that position. It's got to be rough. Everyone's coming after you. Everyone wants something from you. The only thing I want from Star Wars Theory is to have a conversation about Star Wars. Because all of my comments about him, that I think that his opinions are stupid about certain things. I think he's wrong about certain things. All of it is Star Wars related. It's not about his personal life or anything else. It's simply about his opinions about Star Wars. Because the rest of it, I could give a shit about. And you shouldn't give a shit about. The only thing that matters is that you remain true to who you are. You be willing to speak up and not capitulate because you're afraid of losing an opportunity or somebody might not like you. If you're honest to yourself and you do your own thing, it doesn't matter what other people do. I think Star Wars Theory is wrong about the Ahsoka series. I think he's wrong about Dave Filoni. I would debate him any day on Anakin being in the Ahsoka series. It was a disgrace. Anakin's cameo in a Star Wars movie should be the most fucking epic thing you've ever seen. It should be a theater stopper. We're talking about Anakin. But instead, they used him as nostalgia bait. They used him to get you to watch the next episode of their shitty fucking show. All of it was empty, vacuous, nothing. I am more insulted about that than anything. That episode for me was a 1 out of 10 because of the insult. Anakin showing up should change everything. Him showing up on screen and reaching his hand out to Luke, which for me preferably would be the reunion of father and son, or you have Anakin and Ahsoka together meditating in the Force, and Anakin, or you have Ahsoka and Luke meditating in the Force, and Anakin shows up. That in a fucking movie done right by people that aren't such incompetent woke imbeciles would be one of the most unbelievable moments in Star Wars history, but everyone wants to be a fucking tourist these days. They want to be a tourist. No depth, no substance. Doesn't matter that it looks aesthetically like shit. Doesn't matter that the choreography is subpar. Who cares that Rosario Dawson looks like an old geriatric woman who can barely move, and she's supposed to be Ahsoka Tano? Hey, don't worry, we'll speed it up in post. Doesn't matter that it looks bad, sounds bad, acting's bad, visuals are bad. Doesn't matter that all that's bad. People want to be a tourist. They just like to go along for the ride. They'll buy the $30, green milk from the, Star Wars theme park at Disneyland, and buy a $700 lightsaber, and they'll be more than happy. But for me, I require a little bit more. So that's my message today, ladies and gentlemen. I want that to be abundantly clear. I'm not here for views. I'm not here for clout. I'm not here to get clicks. Some people have said, well, you're just rage baiting, or you're putting things out there for clicks and views. That's not my main priority. If it was, I could tailor my content to follow the trends. I could tailor my content to be more on point, more on time. I do things at my own pace. I do things because I want to do them in the way I want to do them. YouTube is not a career for me. It's not a job. I have a job. I have a job that I love doing. But the reality is that this is a fun hobby for me. It's a hobby. And maybe that's the difference. Maybe the difference is that when you have nothing else, you have to contort yourself to be this thing because this is the only thing that you have. I just want to talk about the things that I care about and the things that I think are interesting. And if you're like me, you like people who are honest, then welcome. You're welcome on my channel anytime. If you hate people like me, if you hate honesty and straightforwardness, you're also welcome. You can leave your negative comments. I laugh at them from time to time because they're just so ridiculous. But the main point is, Star Wars Theory doesn't owe me anything. He doesn't owe you anything. He doesn't owe anyone anything. When you're the biggest channel, you've earned that spot. Whatever you've done, by hook or by crook, you've gotten there. So you get to make the rules. If my channel were to blow up for whatever reason, and I don't imagine that it ever will, but if I were to get to 1 million or 2 million or 3 million or 10 million subscribers or whatever, I would get to make the rules on who I had on my channel, who I talked to. That's just the way it is. And you are not owed a damn thing, just like I'm not owed a damn thing. And that's the difference. I don't expect anything. I don't. I I have to make that so perfectly clear. I don't expect anything. When I do a tweet or a post, and this is something I've gotten feedback on this. People go, well, they're not going to respond to you. Mazel tov. I don't care because it's not about them. If they wanted to respond, I would be more than willing to have a conversation. But if they don't, it means nothing. I lose nothing. And that's what people need to start being okay with, is putting yourself out there and being okay when somebody says nothing or they say no or they attempt to humiliate you. Whatever it is, you need to be solid enough and okay enough that whatever the situation is, that you can simply walk away. You need to be secure enough in that. So for me, I don't care what people say about me. I don't care if people leave negative comments. In fact, I enjoy it. I think it's hilarious. Watching these people get so bent out of shape over something that's just a basic opinion of mine. It's fascinating. Anyway, this video has gone on way too long. I didn't mean for it to drag on this much. But I wanted to send a message to Star Wars Theory. And I also wanted to send a message to people who watch my channel and really the internet in general. Anyone who's willing to listen. No one owes you a damn thing. You take your shot. If somebody says yes, great. If they say no, great. But be yourself. Don't change to be somebody else. Don't become one of these people that is so desperate to follow trends. I mean, God. Yeah, there's a lot more that we could go over, but for now I think that's good. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you. If you appreciate me, leave a comment, share the video, leave a like. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you next time.